Angry guy here. And women have created their own living hell. Guys, a lot of men right now are walking away from society and they're only working as much as they have to get by. A lot of you guys look at the number of videos that I pump out, for example, and you'll go, "Well, dude, you need a break." And it's interesting because like I often tell you guys when I'm not putting out content, that's when I'm not doing well. Because for me, putting out content, it's something I love doing. This is in some ways it's also a form of therapy for me because I'm getting to share my ideas with you guys and it gets me pumped and there's the the I'm an extraordinary extrovert. I'm an extreme extrovert. So sitting here speaking to you, creating content and hitting you guys up in the comments, this is how I gain energy. I gain energy from others, right? So when I'm not doing this, when I'm basically laying in bed, just not wanting to get up, not wanting to do anything, that's a bad thing for me. These are very bad things for me. For some people, work and play are the same thing. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes I get tired. Sometimes I need rest. But typically, this is a big part of my life, right? Someone left a comment and they said, "Pump out 5 more videos, my guy." and and it's like in my case, there are times where you'll go, "Bro, I'm doing so much already, like just be grateful." But in reality, this is my job. Okay, like this is my actual job. I make a great income doing this. I know how to make money on YouTube. I told you guys, when I started YouTube around 10 years ago, I was making starting off around 45 to $65,000 a year with just 3,000 subscribers, and that was just from monetization. That was not from selling courses. That was not from affiliate marketing. That was not from donations. Yeah, you heard me. That was not from donations. That was literally just from from AdSense revenue from YouTube. So I know what I'm doing on the platform. But the reason why I talk about this is because a lot of men, are doing less now. A lot of men have walked away and they're doing just enough to survive and thrive, but nothing else. They're not doing enough to make enough money to take care of a family. And the interesting thing is, because these men are taking this approach, their quality of life is improving. They're not working those long, crazy hours, to have enough money so that a woman will maybe like them. A lot of guys who make $250,000 a year, they don't live the same quality of life as someone who makes $50,000 a year. And I get tired. I get very, very tired of trying to explain this to you guys because some of you are just stupid, very, very stupid, and you cannot understand very basic concepts when it comes to economics. It doesn't matter if you make $250,000 a year, okay? If you're spending more than you're making, then a guy making $50,000 a year who has next to no expenses, and depending on where he lives, will live a better quality life than you do. There was a guy who hit me up in the chat, and as long as and he basically said to me he wanted to clear some things up for me. And I love comments like these because I'm humble enough where I can listen to feedback. I just don't like stupidity. I cannot take stupidity at all. But if you're a person who knows more than I do, I'm gonna listen to you quietly, as long as you're not stupid. So this guy said, when you talk about men making $100,000 or more, you always seem to think those men are always work tons of extra hours. This is in response to women are being taken advantage of by Chaz and Tyrone's as men laugh from the sidelines, right? So he wrote to me and he shared his experience. And this was very, very insightful because there are things I do not know. And this is what makes me wiser than a lot of you and smarter than a lot of you. It's not because I know everything, it's because I have the capacity to learn from other men. Okay? This is where my wisdom comes from. It's not that I've had my own experiences. I've been to hell and back, and I'm still going through hell, just like a lot of other people. But the difference between me and some of you is that I can listen and learn from the experiences of other men and not do the same stupid things that they did so that I don't suffer the same fate that they do. It's just, it's learning from a man's successes is one thing, but you know what's just as valuable or even more valuable? Learning from their failures so you don't repeat their damn failures. So you said, I'm 56 years old. 56 is young. I'm going to warn you guys, some of you younger guys right now who are like in your 20s, and 56 is young. 56 is young. I want a lot of people don't comprehend this until they get older. 56 is very, very young. I'm 56, and the first year I made six figures was when I was 28. I have not, guys, 28 years old. 28, holy cow. So this guy pulled this off, was it almost 30 years ago? My gosh. My gosh. Okay? That should really wake you up. I have not put in over 35 hours a week since. As a matter of fact, I make $300,000 a year now and barely put in 25 hours a week. I have helped 22 young men make it to six figures, and not one of them put in 40 hours a week now. Why? Because we are in the blue collar world. The men making six figures in the white collar world are the men putting in massive hours. In the blue collar world, we get paid a nice hourly sum, but also make commissions on sales. So if they went overtime, they have to pay a lot more. I'm a shop owner now. I have a manager, so he does the majority of the work, and I come in a few hours a day. Also, most of the young men I have helped are in their mid 20s to mid 30s and single. This is amazing feedback. I want to thank Rob for this incredible feedback. Guys, something that a lot of you all don't also understand about blue collar workers. A lot of blue collar guys have more knowledge than a lot of white collar guys that you would be surprised on. So, what do I mean by this? A lot of blue collar guys have significantly more knowledge than some guys who work in fields like banking, who work in fields like accounting, who work in white collar fields. You shouldn't say, well, how is that possible? It's possible because these men, if you work in this field, you run a business, you know, you're going to learn about things like instead of going to school and, oh, I'm going to get a degree in business and learn how to run a business. These guys actually have to run a business. These guys have to learn how to form an LLC. These guys have to learn about taking out loans, interest rates, mortgage, all of these different things. They have to physically do these things and learn these things. So while you're learning about the theory of investing and doing this and this and this, they are physically doing these things. And a lot of the things when it comes to blue collar is, if you can do this, you can often do this. I'm just be like if you can work in the if you can do plumbing. I'm not saying that it'll automatically make you an auto mechanic, but the fact that you're able to, you know, grab a tape measure, understand schematics, all of these things, they do carry over. They 100% carry over. I'm telling you right now, and I'm not simping for blue collar workers, but eh, listen to me. I'm telling you, guys, many of you don't understand how horrible the world is. And that's kind of why I talk about the black pill. When you when you are in facing some really hard times, you don't want a white collar guy around you. These guys are good for nothing. You want a blue collar man. You want a blue collar man by your side. I'm telling y'all, when times get tough, you don't want one of these white collar guys. These white collar guys, the electricity goes off. They can't do nothing. They can't do anything whatsoever. All right? Even some of these doctors, man, like the power goes out, they don't know what to do. They're like, I'm just being real with you. You're like, you're a physician, what, do something. They're like, what do you want me to do? I can't do anything. Blue collar guy, he might not have a medical degree, but he'll fix you up. All right, he'll bandage that wound. He never went to med school. All right, but he knows some basic first aid, and he'll use his head and say, okay, well, this guy is leaking right here. So how about I apply pressure use this and this and this. You know, I'll build a makeshift cast. A blue collar guy, guys, a lot of when it comes to blue collar guys, they have a thing very often that most men lack today: critical thinking skills and common sense. Okay, I'm telling y'all right now, in a zombie apocalypse, and we are headed, God, oh God, we are heading towards a zombie apocalypse. We are really heading towards a zombie apocalypse, guys. You think this is, guys? We are going to have a real life zombie apocalypse. And some people are saying, "Oh, Angry, you're out of your mind." No, no, no. We're going to have a real life zombie apocalypse. All right, just listen, listen. When the power goes out, when people can't afford food, when things go to hell, you don't need a virus spreading to turn people into zombies. Okay, you'll be amazed as soon as people can't eat, people hardship and struggling. You'd be amazed how people lose their damn minds. Okay, they will be real life walking zombies when illicit substances are cheaper than food, and all these people jacked up on this garbage. Those are zombies, bro. I don't know if you've ever played Resident Evil Village. Was it Village Resident? No, Resident Evil 4, and it took place in a village. Village is a separate game. That's like, I think that's Resident Evil 7. I don't know if you ever played. Most of you probably played 4. Like, there was a virus involved, and yeah, but they weren't zombies, but they were just as bad. Like, to zombies with intelligence. Like, it's not a game. It is really not a game. And when things go to hell, you'd be amazed. These doctors don't have common sense. A lot of these doctors don't have common sense. They can barely read a pill bottle. They have no reasoning skills whatsoever. And like, guys, I've said this, but I'll be real with you. Like, if I was, I don't know, this like just separates like the thought process of a man and a woman. If I was into dudes, the kind of dude I'd be looking for would be like the redneck roughneck kind, that with like a blue collar guy that has a has a salt and pepper beard, red beard, drives a pickup truck, real manly man, can fix things, can hunt, can do those types of things. That's the kind of guy I would go for. I'm just being very, very honest. Like, modern women, guys, modern women are frightening. These people frighten me because they do not know how to pick a man. Like, seriously, like, their reasoning skills are just beyond me. Because if I'm looking for a dude, I'm going to look at my own ability to survive. I'm going to choose someone who's going to be loyal, someone's that's gonna come home, someone's that's gonna I'm just being real, someone that's gonna protect me, someone that has the ability to go out, work with their hands, they can fix things around the house, they can take care of most problems, they have critical thinking skills. What is Chad? What's Chad and Tyrone gonna do for me? All right, what, guys? The moment that times get tough, these dudes are out the back door. They're not even sticking around. They're gonna expect me to provide for them. Chad, and they're gonna steal from me. What? Well, guys, y'all really have to think about how crazy modern women are. Why would you mess around with a Chad or Tyrone? How do you even find? How do you, guys? Jesus, these women are crazy. They are completely taken by their lust. God has given them over to their wicked ways. Like, seriously? Seriously, you have to be crazy. Especially, guys, look at the world is burning around us, and these women are doing this type of nonsense, running around with these Chads and Tyrones. Like, these men would not even be allowed in compounds with other men. For example, if the world was collapsing around us and men started forming compounds, Chad and Tyrone would not be allowed in. They would not be allowed. They would not be allowed in. If they came in there and they brought that BS, it'd be over for them. Women are crazy, crazy. Modern women have lost it. Like, these guys are scumbags. Like, Chad and Tyrone are some real scumbags. I made a video recently about one woman who lost $71,000 to a Chad within 4 months. I'm not crying for her. There was a comment from MK Fitness, and I I pinned the comment. And the comment was like, it was a response to that woman who lost 71K to the Chad. He said, DA free. And it's true. It's true. Nothing is free in this world. DA free. These women, it's like if it was a normal dude, they would have been like they wouldn't even want to give this guy a sandwich. If they saw a normal guy starving, they wouldn't even want to give him a sandwich. They scoff at him. But when it comes to a Chad, they will take money from one man and use it to spend on another man, and they don't feel bad about it at all. Like, I'm just gonna be real with you. Modern women are out of their minds. They are absolutely out of, like, these people could never survive. Guys, think about it logic. These people could never survive in a society that collapses. And I've said that society won't collapse. Groups of people in society will collapse. What does that mean? That means that society in of itself will still be up and running and functional, but will have social breakdowns within society, and the corporations will just continue, you know, profiting. But you'll have lots of people that are suffering, and the people that are suffering are the ones who are very much responsible for the social decay. You know, I'm just being very honest with you. Like seriously, I don't know. I just don't know. And before some of y'all say, "Oh, angry, you're you really need to come out," bro. I'm just being honest with you. I'm just saying. I'm not saying that's what I want. I'm just being real with you. Like if that's the way that I swung, that's what I'd be looking for. I'd be looking for a man that could take care of me. I'm not looking for some wicked, some evil Chad. You know, I need a guy with skill, with a good skill set. A guy who can fix things, a guy who can hunt, a guy who has a pickup truck, a guy who can navigate, a guy who can build things, who can repair things. Guys, with this type of man, you're never gonna go hungry. You're not gonna go hungry. You will not need anything. These guys are a walking battalion. Like they are some of these blue collar guys are amazing. Absolutely amazing. And what's crazy is that you have to be a man to just literally marvel at this. You have a guy who can fix a car, fix a truck with his own two hands, rebuild an engine. Dude is not even a mechanic, but he can do all of that work. You know, the house is crumbling around you. He can rebuild it from nothing with his own two hands. He shouldn't be doing the electrical, but he can do the electrical. Don't get me wrong, guys. Don't mess with electricity. I'm not. I'm saying that right now. I know. I know better. I know better. Don't mess with electricity. Okay. Try to. If you need to do electrical work, go and find an electrician. Because all right, because I know there's some electricians listening to my videos right now. That's one of the crazy things about doing YouTube. You got a variety of all different kinds of men, and these dudes will just pop up in the comments at any given moment and say, "I'm an electrician," and I'll tell you right now, okay, I don't need to be lectured, okay? Yes, guys, don't mess with electricity. Electricity is a dangerous beast. It is a beast. Don't mess with electricity. You should always try to find an electrician if you can, but in situations where you need someone who can do something, you'd be amazed that you have a lot of men who can still at least solve these problems on their own. I know, guys, when I used to live overseas, I knew men who could build an entire house with their own two hands. These guys didn't finish high school. You go over to Mexico, 99, a lot of these men, I say 99%, I'd say 99% of these men didn't finish high school. 99% of these men didn't finish high school, and they can build a house with their own two hands. And that's just a reflection of the American system, because the skill sets that we should have as men have been robbed from us, telling us to go and become blue collar idiots. And if you look at all these blue collar idiots, none of them are making money today. Guys, a person like me should have never stepped foot in college. Never. I should have never entered college. I was already a computer, guys. I was already programming before I went to college. I was already doing extraordinary things, building insane things when the internet first got started. You know how I screwed up my entire life? So yeah, I messed up a big portion of my life. And the Gen Z idiots, those young Gen Zers that have some common sense and want a better future for themselves. I call you guys Gen X too. Separate yourselves from Gen Z. Don't even call yourself Gen Zers. One of the biggest mistakes you can make is messing around with college. It's not an investment. For 99% of you, it's not an investment. If you went to college and it worked out for you, good. But I'm telling you, it's not an unless you want to be something like a doctor and a lawyer. And to be very honest with you, even those fields today are just not good fields for young people to get into. It's real. 99% of people, I would say most people should not be going into medicine or law. Even if you can go, even if you would succeed, it's not there's that field is so cutthroat. It's what we call a red ocean, because it's just these are just terrible fields. There's just too many people in these fields. They're fighting for this, and even though we have shortages, just a bad field. And more and more, Americans are becoming sick and tired of the fields and the people in these fields. And it's like, oh, you shouldn't blame them. These It's cutthroat. It's really cutthroat. You go to they charge you so much for small things. You get a paper cut, and it's been a couple of days, and it won't go away. And so you go to the ER, like, you have a paper cut, and it's infected, it's not healing, so you're like, ah, damn, I don't know what to do. Fine, let me go to the ER. It turns out maybe you just need a little antibiotics. That's $20,000, bro. That's $20,000. Yeah, man. Because we had to do some blood work. We needed to take a scan of that finger. We want to make sure that there's no damage to it. Make sure you didn't damage any tendon, bro. It's a paper cut. We have to make sure, sir. Are you the doctor? Are you the doctor? No, you're not the doctor. So you need to be respectful. Okay, we have a policy within our within our policy. We expect our patients to show us respect, to show us respect and be polite. Sir, I'm being very polite to you. Don't know, but you're not the doctor. Okay? Okay? I went to medical school. Okay? I was in eight years of school, 5 years of residency. Okay? And then 7 years of experience after that. So I'm the doctor, and you need to listen to me. You need to respect what I'm saying. All right. And what I'm saying right now is that we need to get a tetanus shot into you, because we need to get a tetanus shot into you. We need to get that finger X-rayed and scanned, because you might have damaged some tendons. We don't know if a bone got broken along the way. Sir, I did not break my bone. I just got a paper. Listen to me. You may not. Sometimes you don't notice when these things happen. You might have a broken bone. We need to check for that. We need to do some blood work, so we can see if there's something in your blood, because sometimes the blood can go bad. These infections. We have to act very, very quickly, because we don't know how much time you have left. Bro? It's a paper cut. It's a paper cut. And then in the end, they send you home, and you don't even get any antibiotics. All you needed was a little ointment. Rub a little ointment on it. That's it. Guys, like, this is, and it's $20,000, and you're welcome. It's $20,000, and you're welcome, guys. These people are scumbags. If you're enjoying the content, help get the channel to 100,000 subscribers on our journey to 2 million by subscribing to the channel if you already haven't, liking the video, and turning on notifications. Never miss another video ever again. Women have created their own living hell. What do you guys think regarding this? I want to hear your thoughts on this, so let's talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWM and walking away. And cheers.